Kent Haruf's 2005 novel, Eventide, delves into the concept of modern identity's fragility and unpredictability, painting a portrait of various inhabitants of the fictional town of Holt, Colorado, over the course of a year. The novel distinguishes itself through its profound focus on character development rather than a complex plot, exploring the intricate ways in which the townsfolk are intertwined in each other's perceptions, beliefs, stories, and moral dilemmas. Falling under the slice-of-life genre, it meticulously examines the ordinary, or what appears to be ordinary, aspects of life in small-town America. Eventide serves as a follow-up to Haruf's 1999 work, Plainsong, also set in Holt. The narrative begins by introducing two central characters, Raymond and Harold McPheron, who are not only brothers but also cattle ranchers living solitary lives. Both have experienced heartbreak in their pasts. Harold's heartbreak stems from the departure of a girl he deeply cared for, while Raymond's history is marked by similar emotional pain. Their lives take a significant turn when they encounter a young African-American mother and her daughter, Victoria and Katie Roubideaux, who have fled their home in Denver to escape an unhealthy relationship. Raymond and Harold generously provide them with sustenance, shelter, and financial assistance, forging a profound bond that transcends blood ties. They become a surrogate family, offering support and care to one another. Tragedy strikes the family when Harold is killed by a rampaging bull, leaving Raymond and Victoria devastated and grappling with loneliness. The narrative then introduces Luther and Betty Wallace, a couple struggling to make ends meet, relying on disability benefits and food assistance. They are the parents of two young boys, Ray and Richie. Betty grapples with a severe and incurable abdominal condition, and Luther, while kind-hearted, is often portrayed as inept and clumsy. Fortunately, their lives are touched by Rose Tyler, a competent and compassionate caseworker who provides them with essential support. However, the Wallace family's world is turned upside down when Betty's unstable and alcoholic uncle, Holt Raines, decides to move in with them, creating unforeseen challenges and tensions within the household. Neither Luther nor Betty muster the courage to confront Holt, who follows his typical pattern of exploiting and mistreating those in his vicinity, particularly young Ray and Richie. Hoyt's threats force the Wallaces into enabling his destructive behavior, causing further suffering. As time passes, the situation worsens, leading to an investigation triggered by signs of abuse found on the boys at school. Luther and Betty are subjected to scrutiny for potential mistreatment. The inquiry ultimately exposes Hoyt's culpability, resulting in his arrest, although he receives only a minimal jail sentence. The subsequent segment of the story introduces a young man named DJ, who resides with his grandfather since both his parents have passed away. DJ becomes captivated by Dina Wells. Unfortunately, Dina and her sister, Emma, are involved in a severe car accident. Adding to their misfortunes, their father abandons their mother, Mary, while working in Alaska. Faced with these tragedies, Mary decides to relocate her family to a different city, devastating DJ, who must bid farewell to Dina. On one fateful evening, DJ accompanies his grandfather to a bar and witnesses Hoyt, freshly released from jail, objectifying and disrespecting a female bartender while making unwanted advances. Incensed, DJ reacts by smashing a bottle into Hoyt's face, causing him to bleed profusely. Inebriated and injured, Hoyt subsequently seeks out Luther and Betty's residence, demanding entry. Upon being denied access and issuing threats, he manages to force his way inside, subjecting Ray and Richie to a brutal beating. The novel's concluding scenes pivot to Rose's life, as she embarks on a date with Raymond, facilitated by Victoria and their circle of friends. Their date proves successful, leading to the commencement of a relationship. As their connection deepens, Rose becomes aware of Hoyt's atrocities against Ray and Richie, prompting her to contact the authorities. A warrant is issued for Hoyt's arrest, but he manages to evade capture while remaining a fugitive. Despite their devastation, Luther and Betty, consistent with their history, fail to take actions that could aid their children. Raymond reassures Rose that there was nothing more she could have done to help the Wallace family. The story concludes with Raymond and Rose embracing each other, their thoughts centered on the future ahead. Eventide concludes in a momentary tranquility, where all the anxieties and joys that have filled the characters' lives converge into a single, fleeting instant. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.